Do you know that feeling when somebody's done something really kind for you? You're almost taken by surprise because you're like, that was so kind of you. Thank you. And you give gratitude. Of course you give gratitude for it, because giving gratitude for it makes them appreciate what they've done. And that's what we keep going in the world, the kindness and the gratitude. Thank you, Tony Kaufman, for creating this week of kindness and gratitude. I love it, and I love to be a part of it. My name's Margie Dunki-Jacobs. I'm an inspirational speaker, an author, and a coach. And I'm a coach for peak performance success so that you can be at your peak performance in life. I'm not going to be in the gym with you counting the number of reps that you're doing, but I am going to be sitting with you, working on your mindset, your strategy, your vision, and what's possible for your life. Why do I say what's possible? Because I think we can play small, and we've all been sold something about mediocrity, that it's okay just to go along and learn the skills to pay the bills and get a job. I'm not knocking a job, because when you want the job, you want the job. You fill out the application. When I applied for a job, there were 85 people applying for the same job that I was applying for. I wanted the job because it paid money so that I could pay my bills, so that I could then afford the things that I wanted for me. It wasn't until 7 years in, when I was grateful every single day that I beat out 84 applicants, that I got to have a job, that I have a car, that I have a house, that I have children, that I tried to have for 8.5 years, miscarrying my first one, and then having these 2 miracle children come into my life. I just realized that we can be absolutely 100% grateful for everything, but it has a little bit of a mediocre, that's where you stay, keeps you in a rut. I'm so grateful, I shouldn't want more. And you start telling your things that aren't even true. Of course it's okay to have more. That's what we're created for. We're created as human beings that want to imagine and do and go, that we want to grow and contribute. You can't grow if you stay stuck. So a lot of us stay stuck in our stories of I came from a place that wasn't easy. Maybe I was raised by a single mom. Maybe I am a single mom. Maybe I lost a limb along the way and I ended up in a wheelchair. Who are you because you came along through all those things? Who are you today? Maybe your story is that you've lost family members, or you've tried different things and it hasn't worked out, and suddenly you feel like there really isn't anything you can do. So you're just stuck in this job, but that's not the truth. It's just a story that you're making up. We can stay stuck in who we are. If you're introducing yourself as, I'm a single mom that raised 3 kids and here's where I am, that's okay. But I want you to understand what I'm saying, that there's a need for validation of your story. And when you can let go of that need for the validation of it and replace it for appreciation of it. I so appreciate that I was raised by a single mom, because she taught me strength and perseverance, and that she taught me that I can get through anything, and when times are hard, I can still get through, and that's why I am the person I am today. I'm so grateful that in that accident that I lost my leg, because I never would have learned how to speak to other people who have lost their limbs and inspire them. Whatever it is, when you replace your need to validate your story for appreciation of it. They say that life doesn't happen to you, that it happens for you. Well, there's a lot of life happening for all of us. So we can create a story that we stay stuck in, and I am asking you to rise above that. And the kindness and the gratitude that you want to give out to others in the world, I ask that you give that to yourself first, to fill yourself, so that you are somebody that can show up as that person that you want to be. I remember when my daughter was 10 years old and we went into a store and we met this woman and she starts talking to my daughter, and my daughter had dance clothes on. We had come from the dance studio, and I have two daughters. So one was in a ballet thing that she still had on, and the other one did this tap dance. So she had these little shorts on. So she said, "Do you girls dance?" Of course. And they said yes. And then my daughter Amy was 10 and she started talking to her. And being the good parent, I just stood back and let my daughter answer for herself at 10 years old. And the conversation that ensued was, I'm really so impressed by who you are, Amy. You're 10 years old. I have an academy that it's a dance academy. It's a hip hop dance academy. And I'd really, really like to have you as a student. And in my mind, I'm standing next to her thinking, wow, I wonder how much that is going to be. And why would you say that in front of her without talking to me first? Because followed by that, she said, "I would like to invite you on a scholarship to dance at my studio based on who you are and what I am seeing, because I think you would be a great student." My daughter completely changed in that moment. She never forgot that kindness. She has paid it forward ever since. She has done everything she can to be as kind as that person was to her. It changed her life. It changed our lives. Kindness changes your lives in ways that you don't even know. The gratitude changes your life when you are thankful for absolutely everything. You're thankful for a glass. You're thankful for the water that's in the glass. You're thankful for the clean water that you can drink that's in the glass. You're thankful for absolutely everything, and it changes everything for you. But if you're going to a job and you're driving to the job and 7 years in, you hit a red light, and I sat at that red light and that red light said, "Stop. Stop what you're doing. This is great that you're doing it, but this isn't your passion. This is your life. And if you want to live and do your passion, then you have to be bold. You have to have the confidence to take a step a different direction. You have to start doing things differently." So I started listening to Jim Rohn in my CD player going back and forth, because he said, while you are working full-time in your job, you can be working part-time on your fortune. And I wanted to flip that. I wanted to be working part-time in a job and full-time on my fortune until I got to the full-time on my fortune. Because that's when I was stepping into passion. So I did the responsible thing. I worked for 40 years for other people. I did the responsible thing. I paid the bills. I was able to have the 401k, the medical benefits. I was super grateful. Not a day went by that I wasn't grateful. But I started to lose my passion for life and for who I was. I wasn't even happy inside anymore. I felt very superficial happy, because I wasn't doing something that lit me up. I wasn't doing something where I was actually growing. I was just in a rut. Have you ever been in a rut? And then you make up that story, and then that's your story, and you stay stuck in the rut. Or you listen to the CDs from Jim Rohn, and you start thinking a little bit different. And then Jim Rohn introduces you to the Zig Ziglar, and Zig Ziglar says on his CD, when you do things, when you help other people get what they want, you will always get what you want. And I thought, how am I going to do that? I can't even help myself. How am I going to make that happen? Because I was just taking care of my needs in life. I wasn't helping other people take care of their needs. Yes, I was a kind person. I would open a door for people. I would give $10. I would give $20. But what if you're somebody who can give $200? When clients work with me, I say, how much do you want to make? And they say, I really want to make $100,000 a year. Okay, that's good. Can I stretch you to think, what if you were giving back $100,000 a year? Would that be the income that would set you free into a different place in life like you have never thought about before. And they say, I've never thought about that way. I never thought about being able to give back $100,000 a year. What you could do, that you could take a dog rescue place that needs a roof and they need $10,000 for it and you're able to write a check and give it to them. I've never thought about that because that $10,000 is something that I need for my life right now. So when you start out, wherever you are, just know that if you're not passionate about what it is you're doing, that you can start working part-time on your passion, part-time on your fortune while you're working full-time on your job, but you can't be grumpy and grouchy and blame and unhappy every day you show up, because that's what people experience. So I decided, even though I wasn't living my dream job, that I was just going to show up as the very best version of myself every single day. And it can't be 110%. 110% doesn't exist. That is fake. 100% exists. That's the spirit of excellence, giving it absolutely everything that you can give it. That's confidence. That brings success for you. When I said, no more, I'm not going to let people bother me anymore. I'm not going to let their attitudes get into my little bubble of happiness. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do the very best job that I can do. And I'm going to leave at the end of the day and I'm going to take care of myself. And when I jumped into entrepreneurship, I said, I've got to do the same thing. I've got to take care of myself. And in the beginning, I was letting people schedule on my calendar. No. Now, I take that time in the morning. I get up. I pray for what it is I want in this world. What it is. I pray for people. And that's an ask. And whatever that looks like for you, whatever you pray to, this is not a religious conversation. It is not even, religion doesn't even come into it. It's about what you are praying for your life, for this world. It's an ask. And when you allow yourself to meditate, then you're receiving all the favors of the universe. You're receiving the goodness. The affirmations that you can do to change your life will absolutely change your life. And I'm going to do an affirmation with you in a little bit. But what I want you to know is that confidence, success, and cash is 100% available to you at all times with your belief. You don't need to stay stuck in your story. It can be a line in the sand up until now. What your story is, a line in the sand, and where you go from here. People say, I'm broken. You can be broke. You can be broken. And you can be broken down. And that's not a fun place to be. But until you are broken open, you don't even know what's possible for your life. So even though you don't want to be broken open, I can tell you it freed me from all those beliefs that I thought about myself, that I wasn't worthy, I wasn't capable, that who was I to think that I could leave a job and become an inspirational speaker? Who was I to think that I could become an author? Do you care about the books that I wrote, or do you care, am I somebody that can help you? I will tell you, the first book I wrote is Overly Satisfied is Underachieved. How to stop settling for good enough and start getting what you want in life, what you really want. And the second book, I did it with friends. And it's about voices of truth. Saying what your truth is. Speaking up, saying what matters to you, doing it in a way that's respectful. Oh, this is the biggest lesson of all. Letting go of what other people are thinking about for you. Other people are not paying your bills. They don't have your dreams in their heart. They are not going to come and make your mortgage payment, your car payment. But other people want to give you their opinion, even if they're not qualified to do so. So what I want to tell you about with the confidence, when you find that, you know what, I listened to those little CDs in my car until I got the confidence to say, I need a different plan. I need to have a plan where I am going to give my resignation here and walk away and try something new. And that confidence piece has to come, and it can't come from a place of fear, because if it comes from a place of fear, I promise you it's a struggle. It's like walking through quicksand. But if it comes from a place of love and belief that what's possible, what if I do this, it's a completely different ballgame. What's possible? Oh, maybe when I do this, I will become the person that I want to be, and then I can have the things that I want to have, or I can be the person that I want to be. I can be the kindest person of myself. I can be the most grateful person now. So I can be while I'm doing, so that I can have the things that I want to have, grow into a better version of myself, and give back like I've never been able to give back before. I have met a mom in Uganda. We have been going back and forth for about 4 years. She raises girls, I raises girls. She's never once asked me for a penny. Somebody said to me, and then I wanted to send her a package with food, because they take water and mix it with corn flour, and water and mix it with soy flour, and they make that, and that's their food. And sometimes they can grow a few little things. But I want to send them seeds and things that they can grow over there. I don't know what it is, but let's try. And I boxed up protein bars and sent it from my door to her door, and she got it. And they had never gotten a package before. And then when I did it again, the government stopped it, opened it, but they didn't take anything out. But there was a tax on it. So I learned, very expensive to send packages. But I didn't want to do it through the big organization, and I have a mission to be able to do that. It is called Nutritionally Delivered. I have a GoFundMe set up, because when I get the money, I then go back, I get another package, and I send it again. Because we can say that we can do things on our own, but together we are stronger. It's how we word things. Now, I can tell you that as you dive into things, as you leave the security of your 401k and start spending that money, it goes out really, really fast. Oh, here's a coach, here's a program, I need this, I need a website, I need this. This is a monthly charge, I should join this. And before you know it, you're in a financial situation. I was 3 days away from bankruptcy, yes. In 2020, 3 days away from bankruptcy, with absolutely no idea what I was going to do to get $1,000. I thought about when I was driving into the city. I live near Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was driving into the city, and somebody came up with a sign and needed cash. I thought, well, I could just jump out and join you at this point. And I thought, there's got to be another way. I just needed to come up with $1,000 to pay down 6 credit cards that were at 24 to 26%. 1,000 would pay them down to my debt to loan ratio would go down, and I could figure it out. And I found something called 7 Figures Funding, and I filled out that 90-second application, and they sent me back and they said, I'm sorry you don't qualify, but let's get you on the phone with a funding specialist. 24 hours, I'm on the phone, funding specialist. Tell me how this works. What do I need to do? He says, you need to take this $1,000. We're going to pay this down a little by little, and do that. Can you do that this week? And I didn't know how I would get it. It might as well be $100,000, right? But when you're resourceful, you will figure out a way. And so I did do that. I did not claim bankruptcy. And do you know what we did? It bumped my credit score up. I was then able to get the funding that I needed to drop all of that to 0% financing. 0%. You're saving thousands and thousands of dollars not paying this interest. It's crazy. And then they said, there's an opportunity here, a business opportunity. And I'm like, tell me more. There's a business opportunity with commissions. It's not an MLM. It's not a network marketing. I go, tell me more. It's a partnership, and you can help people. Our highest level of investment into it is a CEO partner. And what that does, it allows you to really help people get the funding they need and get the commissions that come to you. Cash flow. Okay, I'm in cash flow. So I start saying, I can do this. Now, I'm a little bit confident, not much, because I haven't done it before. We are so hard on ourselves. I've not done this before. There's so many things that we haven't done before. Don't worry about it. Just be the person who you want to be right now as you're doing the things that you want to do so that you can have the things that you want to have. Because when you do that, it changes everything. I now have this available to anybody who wants to come in and partner with me. And I give you my word, as long as I am on this earth and breathing, that I am never, ever going to leave this 7 figures funding, because we have funded over $500 million and thousands of small businesses and entrepreneurs. We need to keep going. We need to be part of the solution, pulling people back up on top. And let me tell you, when the first person that I worked with got $90,000, and then I saw a drop in my bank account of the commission, I was like, okay, I can do this. Let me tell you something. Getting cash in your bank account builds confidence. What builds confidence? Success. And it goes around and around and around. And I want you to have more of that. So I created a workshop called Confidence, Success, and Cash Accelerated. It is happening on June 23rd from 1 to 4 Eastern Time. You can sign up for it. I'll have the link with Tony. And here's what I'd like to do for you. I'd like to gift it to you in honor of everything that Tony Kaufman does. In kindness and gratitude. From the time that she said, for when I was 10 years old, goodness, Alexa wants to join in. From the time my daughter was 10 years old, what that did for her, I want to do that for you. I want to gift you this. So let's put in a code and we'll call it Tony Rocks, TONIROCKS, all caps, Tony Rocks. Put that in, and that is my gift to you. Come to this workshop. We are going to dive deeper into the deep end. We are going to understand what it means when you grab hold of your belief. We're going to do those 3 things. 1, we're going to get to the root of your belief. 2, we're going to annihilate anything that is standing in your way, every single obstacle. And 3, we're going to set a new framework. You see, I heard a speaker talk about decision and commitment and take massive action. And I was sitting in the audience and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to commit to my decision. I'm going to take massive action. And I did. And I fell flat on my face. Because 1, I didn't have anybody to guide me. 2, I was taking massive action. I was running in the wrong direction very hard, 17 hours a day. Why isn't anything working? And 3, he didn't say what to do. He didn't give me a framework, a strategy, a mindset, a vision. So I do all that differently now. I created everything that didn't work for me. Every time I fell flat on the pavement, I picked myself up and wrote myself a note and said, here's what you need to teach. Here's what you need to do. Here's what people need. And I put that together in a program. So now, the 3 things that I teach are: 1 is you do need to make a decision. Otherwise, you stay where you are, stuck in your story. And I can tell you that these words will absolutely change your life. This is not how my story ends. This is not how my story ends. Write that down. If your story is great, keep going. If your story is a line in the sand and you need to draw the line and go from here, you get to. There are so many ways that you can make the income that you're looking to make and even blow your mind at what is available to you that you don't even know about. I will dive deeper into all of that in this workshop. I'm running one on June 23rd from 1 to 4 Eastern, and I'm running one on July 2021 from 1 to 4 Eastern. And then I'm going to take August because there's lots of weddings in August. And then in September, October, November, and December, I'm going to run them once a month because I want people to win. I want 2022 to really be your best year, not just a rah-rah. Let's do this. You can do this. You deserve this. It is really, truly an action plan that is very focused. So yes, you need to make a decision. 2, you need to commit to your decision of what you want for your life. And you are the only person that knows what it is, but you can be guided as to the best ways to get there and leverage other people's experiences to get there faster and accelerate your results. And that's exactly what we do. And 3, how about focused intentional action versus massive? Focused intentional action that every single day you wake up intentionally doing the very thing that is going to bring the income in. The income producing activities, the IPAs. You can become a part of our Facebook group today called Create the Life That You Want to Wake Up To. There's only a few people in there. We are just getting started. You are welcome to come in, and we would love to have you. So, doggone, I thought I could get through this without dogs barking. But I just want to finish with dogs not barking. That's what I want to finish with. I just want to finish with, we are broken, and then we can be broken down. But it's when you're broken open that really changes your world. We are dogs barking. There was a day when I would have done this all over again just because the doorbell rang and the dog barked or Alexa came on, but it's not about perfection. It's about getting it done. So maybe these things happened for a reason, because the old me would have said, oh, I need to do it. I need to make it perfect. I can't present this to people. But our lives are messy, and our stories are messy, and the loss is painful, and we get to still be happy. We don't have to put X through every single day. We can circle our days and see how much joy we can bring into each and every day. We have to have a belief. We have to work on that mindset. We have to become better and grow. Even seeds planted in the ground need water and sunshine. The water and sunshine is the energy that you bring. Be an unreasonably optimistic person for not only others, but for yourself. It's not pretend. Those years that I worked in a job for the money, I was superficially happy doing what I thought I was supposed to do until, oh my gosh, I love that word. Stay in this until. Don't listen to, I will never, ever, ever give up, because the universe is hearing the words never and give up. You need to project it in a positive way. That I am in this until, because this is my life, because I know that I am somebody that can grow and contribute in ways that I haven't even discovered yet. I want to thank Tony with all the kindness in my heart and all the gratitude. Never let gratitude hold you back, because if you're too grateful, if you've bought into the story that it's okay to be mediocre, then you're not going to ever understand what it feels like to stretch yourself beyond that. Be grateful for absolutely everything, and then be grateful for every opportunity. Money is something that is just a tool. It allows us to do so much more in life, or stay on a struggle bus. I don't want to stay on a struggle bus, and I want everybody to pull that brake and get off the bus and start learning what's available to you. There is confidence, success, and cash available to you. I'd love for you to join the workshop. Join any one of the workshops, but then this one coming up on the 23rd from 1 to 4 is the one that I really would love to share with you. And the ones that are, if you see this after you see the replay, please just sign up for one of the other ones. You can find me at margiedunki.com. Please reach out to me. I love you. I want the best for you. And be kind and contribute back. That is your greatest gift, because your passion is for you and your purpose is to help others. And that is the magic. I love you. Take care, and thanks for joining.